right. We got this classic location here. We've got brushy fence row, and actually right below the fence row is a creek. We got some coon traps on that. Comes around, there's a, where we drove in at, there's a 2-track tractor lane. Come around here, and so this coyote's hunting this brushy fence row, looking for cover. We got 2 sets here. The other set was visited probably by this coyote. Didn't get caught, of course, got caught in this set here, but awesome top dog predator bait, black gold lure, and Vixen Elixir, combination of the 3, along with some bobcat urine for a kind of a change up. So anyways, that's produced this coyote this morning. He isn't real pretty, but we'll take him.
All right, Justin. Cool.
I like the color on that one.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Pretty one.
Got him good. He's not getting out of that.
He's not going anywhere.
Number 2 Victor's offsets.
Bridger.
Or Bridgers, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did the job. Cool. Natural.
In this particular location here, we've got several things all coming together. We've got this crop change up right here. You know, unplanted center strip right there, bean field on the left, cornfield on the right, and then of course bean field here, and then we've got a brushy fence row right here, which is kind of a thing of the past here in this part of Indiana, and then of course the trail that we just came up through. So we've got a lot of junctures coming together right here. Those coyotes are going to run these places right here looking for mice and birds and whatever else to eat. So excellent location, and of course the proof is in the pudding because the coyote is sitting here waiting on us. So anyways, very cool. Good job, Justin.
I'm happy. Alright, as you can tell, we got a coyote right here. Basically had a flat set right here. The ground was so hard 2 days ago when I was making this set, and all of them in here really, that I couldn't put a dirt hole to save my life. So just went with the basic flat set, almost urine post type set style. A little bit of lure, leatherwood lure. I was using Coyote Carnage. I do that every now and then when it warms up. That's a lure I like. It's not so loud. It's a more mild lure that Charlie makes there at Hoosier Trapper Supply. Works pretty good. And just regular old coyote urine. But yeah, this is day 2, and he came through and we got him. He's a little rubbed up on the back. Probably not the best coyote, but we're really close to some residential houses, and I know a lot of people around here that were complaining, cats missing, that sort of thing, so I'm sure they'll be happy to get this one out of here regardless, even if it's not very valuable on the fur market. They could care less. They just want to make sure their pets are safe, I guess. So we're going to take care of him. I'm going to remake the set pretty much just like I did. He's got it all tore up right here, so I'll have to do a little bit of maintenance and cleanup. But don't even really have to, definitely don't re-urine on stuff like this. I'm sure that coyote defecated and went to the bathroom all over this place. So we're going to take care of him and move on out. And I got a couple more to check along the creek line down this way, so we'll see what else we can find.
All right, you know, when it comes to coyote trapping, the most common question that we get by phone call, email, or whatever, or in here in the shop in person, are that my traps are getting flipped off and there's nothing in the trap. Well, first of all, everything really is working in terms of your location of the set. The set itself obviously is attracting the coyote. The lure bait and urine combination is working. So basically we just got to be able to get that animal in the trap and keep him in the trap. So if the trap is flipped off and there's nothing in it, it's normally three things. Almost always, it's usually the first two that I'm going to mention, and sometimes the third. And normally it'll be a combination of the two or three things that I'm also going to mention too. The trap has got to be bedded securely. When you put that trap in the trap bed, you got to do the best that you can to get that trap as solid as possible so that it's not moving. Now, animals are used to stepping on soil that's uneven or rolls under their feet if they're walking on dirt clods or whatever. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the mechanics and the functioning of that trap, so that when that trap is stepped on, it stays in place. The other thing is the tension of the pan. When you buy a new trap, almost always they require some sort of adjustment. And this is a new one right off the box, top of the box here. And that trap pan's floppy. It's moving all over the place. There's no tension on there at all. The old way of thinking used to be that a hair trigger was good. You know, as soon as that animal thought about getting on that trap fired off and it caught the animal. I mean, and that's an antiquated idea. Ideally, we want that tension of that pan quite stiff. Stiffer than what you would probably think in your mind. And if for those of you that actually measure the pressure that it takes to fire that trap, we're in the 3 to 4 pound range if you're actually measuring pressure of the trap. I don't do that, you go by feel. So when you set that trap, it's going to actually require that animal to commit his weight to the trap. So you've got your trap well bedded, the animal's going to step on the trap, and he's going to have some weight on that trap, his commitment of his body weight on that trap before that trap will actually fire. Another thing that's important, and this isn't part of my 3-step suggestion to flipped off traps, is to have this pan level with the jaws of the trap. And I know most of you know this, and I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence, but there are people that don't know this. So anyways, the pan of the trap needs to be level with the jaws of the trap. So if the trap pan is sticking up too high, you actually just bend the frame of the trap in right here. If the trap pan is going too low and not firing, you actually just bend the frame of the trap out, and that'll give you, in a sense, a longer or shorter dog, and that eliminates the issues with the pan. The other thing, assuming that you've got the trap well bedded and you've got the pan tension correct, then the next thing my last suggestion is just too much cover on the trap itself. Or, we got guys that say they cover them up with leaves. For one thing, leaves are really cumbersome and really can bulk up a trap and really foul up a trap. But if you're using the traditional covers of just sifted dirt, peat moss, that kind of thing, even the cover holes, which are pretty light and fluffy, minimal cover on the trap. In other words, you want that trap concealed, but in theory, and I say this all the time, if you sneezed on that trap, it would actually expose the trap. So, minimal cover on the trap is important. That way that trap doesn't have to come up through so much stuff, and it'll function much better too that way, so it'll be much faster. So we've got three steps. We've got trap well bedded, the pan tension, which I think is a lot of times overlooked or not even thought of, to be in that 3 to 4 pound range, to be very stiff, and then minimal cover on the trap, and that will eliminate those flipped off traps with nothing in the trap, no animal caught. Now, can you 100% ever eliminate that issue? No, it's going to happen on occasion, but you want to get it to the point where it doesn't happen very often, and that will eliminate that. So give those 3 things a try, and I think your success rate will go up.
Here we are today. We had a huge snowstorm come through, and I pulled a lot of traps. There's probably good 3 inches on the ground, maybe 4. Who knows what? I'm not really sure the totals, but pulled a lot of stuff out of the water that I had set for coons and all that. And I did leave a couple coyote sets just in case. You never know. I know they're running hard back there. There's so many tracks, and so that top dog predator bait at this location and Vixen Elixir with some just coyote urine had them coming back. Had a double dirt hole here, and I don't know if it's there or there. I can't even tell with the snow, but somewhere in here there was a double, and he got in it. I don't know if he got in it before or after, but you just never know. You can't catch them sitting at home, that's for sure. So you got to get out there and trap if you want to catch them. In the worst weather, they'll still move. Most of them, you know, they got to eat somehow, so they'll move.